A few months ago, I posted this picture of chole bhature which I had in Delhi. And so many of you reached out asking, how do we make this? And how to get that distinct black color. So today, I'm gonna share my mom's treasured recipe of Pindi Cholle, Chickpeas Cholle. It goes by many names, but it's the real deal. It's got no onions, no tomato, no garlic. Just a really beautiful spice blend and some good quality ghee will give you these Dilli Amritsar style chole. And for anyone counting, these are naturally high in fiber and a great source of plant-based protein, so we're winning on every front. My mom has a few golden rules to get that distinct black color, which I'll be sharing with you today. So here I have around 2 cups of dried chickpeas, which I've soaked for 8 to 10 hours in a lot of water. I'm gonna drain this water and we're gonna boil it in some fresh water. So I'm gonna put the chickpeas in with around 6 cups of water, 1 teaspoon of salt. Pressure cook for 16 minutes. You can surely use canned chickpeas, but it's not gonna be as soft and creamy as using dried ones and boiling them. So a hack that I do is I actually boil the canned chickpeas on the stove for 20 to 25 minutes, and that's gonna improve the texture. You need about 3 to 4 tins of canned chickpeas for this recipe. So while the chole are boiling, I'm gonna make a quick spice mix. We're only gonna use dark colored spices here. That's rule number 1 to get that distinct black color, is to only use dark colored spices. So you won't see me using any bright colored haldi or bright colored red chili powder. Make sure your pan is not very hot. You need 2 teaspoons of cumin seeds, 1 teaspoon black peppercorn. You need around 3 to 4 teaspoons of coriander seeds, or actually just 1 tablespoon of coriander seeds also works. I'm gonna do 2 black cardamom, around 8 pieces of green cardamom, so 4, 5. This is 10, but some of them are small. I have 2 dried chillies, and I need around 4 cloves. And we're just gonna gently roast this. You can smell the spices? Yeah, I can smell the spices too. I think they're done. All right, so the spices are done. We're gonna take them off the flame and we're gonna let this cool before we grind them. All right, so our chole are done. I'm gonna open the Instant Pot. The steam has released. Ooh. And as you can see, there's some scum on top. So I'm just gonna gently remove all of the scum. Okay, I'm gonna drain the chickpeas and we're gonna keep the water because that's gonna form the base of the gravy. Just gonna check if they're boiled. Perfectly soft, but they're still holding shape. Now that our spices have cooled down, I'm going to grind them to a powder. It doesn't need to be super fine. To complete our spice mix, I'm going to add 2 teaspoons of garam masala, 3 teaspoons of anardana powder, 2 teaspoons of amchoor powder, and 2 teaspoons of black salt. Let's give it a good mix and set it aside. All right, guys, now the most important rule in getting that distinct black color is to use a black iron kadhai. And this is gonna deepen the color of your gravy. And for my girlies, you're gonna get that little bit of extra iron too. So now, in my kadhai, make sure it's not very hot because we're gonna put some ghee and we're gonna bloom our spice mix in the ghee. So if the kadhai is very hot, your spices will burn. Okay, so I'm gonna go in with around 3 tablespoons of ghee. I'm not using any oil in this, we're just gonna use ghee. And to the ghee, I'm gonna add our spice mix. We're just gonna bhuno the spices for close to 2 to 3 minutes. You can see the spices are bubbling nicely. This will just release all of that flavor into the ghee. I'm gonna go in with the dried chickpeas now. We're just gonna cook this dry for a few minutes. All right. Look at that. So now my chole have been bhunoing dry in the spices and the ghee for close to 2 to 3 minutes. And now I'm going to slowly start introducing the water, half a cup at a time. And we're going to do this in stages. I have half a cup. And we're going to cook this off. It's starting to smell so good. Doesn't it smell great? I know. Sounds like we're in Delhi. All right, we're going to keep cooking this till the water kind of dries out a little bit. So I can see a little bit of reserve water here. Just give it some time to bubble and dry off before adding some more water. And I'm going to go in with another cup of reserved water. And the reason I'm doing this in stages is because this just helps build a more thicker gravy, and this helps the spices kind of cling on to the chickpeas better. If I put all of the water in one go, it's just going to dilute the flavor a little bit. Now we're going to cook this water off as well. And for the last time, I'm just going to go with one more half a cup of water. And we're going to continue bhunooing this slowly. Final step to finish the gravy is to put around 2 cups of water. Yank up the temperature, and we're just going to let this simmer for around 10 to 15 minutes till the gravy is nice and glossy and thick. Okay, so this has been bubbling for around 5 minutes, and I'm just going to gently smash these chickpeas. So that's going to help thicken the sauce. All right, so the chole have been cooking. You can see the gravy is nice and thick. And you can see why they're looking like chole, which literally translates to kichad, which is muck or mud. I know they look like muck or mud, but they're so delicious. Okay, I think the chole are coming together. We're gonna do a really simple ghee, adrak, hari mirch ka tarka. That's the final step, and we're ready to eat. Good time to do a taste test. I think it just needs a little bit more salt. Ooh, it's hot. The pepper's been very effective. All right, last step. I'm going to do a tablespoon of ghee. I'm going to do 1 teaspoon shajira. And I have some julienne ginger and some slit green chilies. Okay, I think we need a little bit more ghee, guys. I always try. I try to use less ghee. So now our ginger, as you can see, is getting golden. Just spread it around. There you go. Our chole are ready. It's spicy. It's like I'm back in Dilli.